It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. Today is Thursday, October 23rd. Thank you guys so much for being here. I am feeling a little bit more alive. I was so freaking under the weather yesterday, you guys. I had no energy. I was like a congested ball of crapola. I truly could not function. My head was spinning. I felt like I had vertigo. I couldn't smell. I couldn't eat. I couldn't taste anything. When you can't taste or smell or anything, it's like truly there's no joy in life when you can't taste anything or smell anything. And it just wasn't worth it. Nothing was worth it yesterday. I sat on the couch. I had a complete total of like 9 steps, which is horrible for my mental health. In general, I was just devastated over it all. Micah is convinced I have the vid, but I don't think I do because I feel a lot better today. It was just like a 2 or 3 day, but I feel better. I'm a little congested today. I went into the sauna. I have like a sauna pod. I sweat. And one of my amazing dosers, I have so many doctor dosers. And even if they're not doctors, I pretend that they are. They're like all my Jewish mothers. They're amazing. One of my dosers this morning sent me a DM, Laura, I believe her name was, and she's like, you got to buy this thing called Gaia. And this is not sponsored, but she said, you got to buy this Gaia Quick Defense. And I put it on Amazon and it already came to me. So you take 2 pills every 5 hours. It's like a natural immunity thing. So I am on it. I'm going to be healthy by the weekend. I just feel it. I feel it. It's going to be fine, guys. Everything's going to be fine. Positive thinking. I am so excited about today's show. We have so much to talk about. We have so many fun things to talk about. And I have a great guest, my old client from when I was an agent, a talent agent. This is really exciting for me. This is like a marriage of my old life and my new life. And we both kind of are in the same world. And she's so phenomenal. So I am very excited about this. But before we get into that, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Everyone, it's your daily dose of Donna. All right. I know her as Ashley Bornanson, but you guys may know her as Ashley BTV. She's got great energy. She's got a beautiful voice. She's got always the best takes on everything. And she was just on TMZ the other day. Ashley,
God.
I saw you on TMZ.
I know. They were like, hey,
I'm so excited.
It was actually so much fun. I know everyone has different opinions on TMZ, but I'm like, hey, if an entertainment show wants me on, like, I'm going to go on. I had so much fun. Of course, I got some hate from the Swifties, but like, what are you going to do? They saw my video saying people are way too focused on like Taylor Swift. People are trying to call her a trad wife, trying to say she's like conservative MAGA now.
I know.
And I'm like, that's not what we should be focused on because it's not true, clearly. So we should.
What was the clip exactly on TMZ? Like they came to you and they asked you to talk about specifically what?
Yeah, we talked about the Taylor Swift backlash and like how a lot of people are actually really mad about her just like caving into capitalism and releasing so many different versions, and how the internet was blowing up about that too. Like so many different versions, trying to create FOMO, trying to do like the voice notes. But I also tried to like hold their feet to the fire a little bit. I was like, listen, we all know that we really want to hear where she stands in the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni saga. So I'll put it on my Instagram. I did a breakdown reacting to it on my YouTube channel, but I'll put it on my Instagram because people have been asking, because I was on for like almost, good 10 minutes and it was a lot of fun. And again, I just think like these platforms, yes, it's legacy media. Yes, everyone's clickbait these days, but it's a way to get more people, to come check you out and to see what you have to say. And I did say, listen, everyone's trying to put down the little internet sleuths, and it's us that we're digging up the truth in the matter. So I think it's important.
I think citizen journalism is super, super important. And I do think that like there is a place for it. And there's also a danger for it because people just believe anything that they hear and see on the internet these days.
Yeah.
Which of course can get a lot of people in trouble because anyone can say anything and then the world can just believe it without any receipts. And anyone can be at, on the receiving end of that, which is also really dangerous.
Yeah,
So,
100%. People were like sending me tips this morning. I'm like, but where is the evidence of this tip? And I was like, I can't report on this. Like, I'm still a journalist at heart, whether I'm on TV or on YouTube. So I can't just like report on hot goss, you know?
well, that's the thing is like, there's a positive and negative to this place where everyone has a
Mm.
voice.
Mhm.
And I love that everyone has a voice. I think it's really cool that everyone can say whatever they want and everyone should be
Mhm.
able to say whatever they want. I think there's also a really scary thing about the fact that everyone can say whatever they want because there's no ability to control anyone just to put out information about anything
Yeah.
that, whether it's about Taylor Swift being a Nazi, like
Oh,
with the
insane.
lightning bolts, right?
Yeah.
Or it could be about a political figure and their beliefs, or it could be
Mhm.
about a like a real housewife liking certain comments online. Anything can
Yeah.
be created on Photoshop. Anything can be, said, oh, you should see the kind of messages that this person said about me or whatever
Mhm. No,
without
it's insane,
receipts.
like, and now AI is getting to the point where you're seeing clips, like, people were sending me clips of Michael Jackson, like, saying things, and I'm like, "This is insane." Like, are you watching The Morning Show, by the way?
I
With
haven't watched this season.
Okay, well, they talk about
Oh,
this
there was like a whole
season.
AI
Yes.
episode.
Yes. You need to watch that because it's like all of us could be blackmailed at some point with AI and we all have to be ready for it. But yeah, I just try to filter out all the like the BS as much as possible. It's hard though cuz everyone's so loud. I'm like our goal shouldn't be to get louder, it should be to get more intentional. And people are going to lose credibility if we keep like adding to the chaos and the noise, you know?
Yeah, I think, the goal is not to the clickbaity
Mhm.
stuff is very challenging. It's very challenging. And I'm going to throw my husband a little bit under the bus cuz Lance gets a little bit fooled by stuff. So Lance will send me things all the
Mhm.
time. He'll be like, "Oh my god, Donna, did you see this?" And he'll send it to me and I'm like, and it's not necessarily like obvious AI video, but it'll be this, you know, something that I'll say, "But did you like fact check that? Make sure." Maybe it will just be like a headline or whatever.
Nice.
Everything you have to kind of double check and double question and wonder, is there a motive behind this? Is there a question like, why did this person say this? Why did this, who's saying this and why? Um, I just saw like there's also this whole questioning around, you know, campaigning behind the scenes of bots, bots pushing certain
Mhm.
content out and why certain like the whole Taylor Swift, who's starting this whole rumor about Taylor Swift being this like MAGA conservative person? Where is this coming from? I saw this theory, and this is so random. I didn't even know this was a world out there, but someone said when I talked about this that there's the Gaylor world. Do you know about the Gaylors?
Wait, no. I've heard something, but I don't know like fully.
Okay, I guess my friend Addie, who's DJ Hungry Human on TikTok, she's so funny.
Okay.
She
Oh, yeah, okay, I've seen her stuff. Yeah,
She's
yeah.
she's so funny and she just doesn't give a crap what she says. Like she just is so unfiltered and that's why I love about her.
Yeah.
But she says that the Gaylors there's a whole like subset of Taylor fans that are Holly says, yes, come into the Gaylor rabbit hole with me. And maybe one of you guys can tell me who the Gaylors are. But there's a subset of Gaylors that are people that are convinced Taylor is actually gay. Like they are
Oh,
convinced.
I know about that. People have
Yes.
been convinced this whole time. Do they
Yes.
think that this whole thing is still a setup between her and Travis?
And they're, like, really upset that she actually got engaged. So they're starting this whole thing, like, out of anger towards her. "Oh, you got engaged? Like, now you're gonna be a MAGA conservative Nazi."
Oh my
It's
god.
so wild. But
People
there's
find it
always gonna
very
be a conspiracy theory now. To everything, I'm convinced, to everything that happens from now until the end of time, there's always
Yeah.
gonna be a conspiracy attached to it. You'll always be able to find one. I actually spoke about that this week on
Mhm.
my Patreon live for anyone that was there. I spoke about how I literally had to I mean, the whole story is so wild, but the person I got my little puppy from, Wrigley, is like that's his business online. He is a conspiracy theorist, and when he
No.
told me that he's a conspiracy theorist, I was like, "Oh, that's fun. I like conspiracies." But this is like a legit thing that he does. Everything is a conspiracy. Every single piece of news is not real
Like,
in
that's
his
his
brain.
job. That's insane. It's so funny because a lot of the conspiracy theorist people, they're so convicted that you're like, "Oh, this must be the thing." But you like, everyone has an intention for everything.
I
So,
know.
we all have to use critical thinking. It's a shame that we can't just, like, turn on something and trust it anymore.
That's what's
But
scary.
you also cannot trust the conspiracy theorists. So, yeah.
Where does it end?
Mhm.
Where does it begin and where does it end? Does it end with us?
It ends. It is gonna end with us.
Uh, okay, Ashley. So we have to
Yeah.
number one, how do we know each other? You have to share, like we
This is
talked about it when I
wild.
was on your show once.
Donna is like one of the most loved people in Hollywood, especially for actors, I feel like, truly.
Oh,
So, Donna comes obviously from the casting world. So, originally met you through Nickelodeon casting, probably at like an actor's workshop or something, and then like going into Nickelodeon for auditions. And then and everyone always remembers like who the good CDs are and who aren't. Like the ones who are like, loving, and the ones who put out good energy. Like you're not going to want to work with the ones who aren't, right?
CDs is like casting
Yeah,
directors when
sorry.
yeah. I
Yeah.
know you're like speaking actor speak.
I try not to do there's so much like I say inside baseball. Um and then yeah, you switched over to being an agent, and I was at the agency you were at, so they were like, you got to meet with theatrical, and got to work with you as an agent. And we talked about this on my show when you came on a few months ago, that everyone wanted you as their agent because they're like, Donna knows her shit, like
Oh,
she's a casting director. I was just thinking too, as I was watching the Dancing with the Stars, I'm like, this would be so interesting from your perspective being a casting director. Like, would you cast this person? What did you think? Do you think they have star power and star quality? So I think
totally.
that's why people probably love your show so much too, Donna. It's because you bring the nuance. And I think it's always like really interesting when people don't have the Hollywood background. Not saying like anyone could speak about Hollywood and gossip and all those things, but I also have a huge background in production too. Like all
Yeah.
my best friends are producers. I've been producer for some of the top agents at WME, like on sets. So it's so interesting hearing their takes because I'm like, that's not how it works.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you kind of have to bite your tongue a lot of times when you hear
Mhm.
people talk about the industry because you do hear so many mistakes on it, like
Mhm.
mistakes. But it is true. Like in terms of the casting side or the contract side or just even the WME side or how agents deal with it or the PR side. And I've learned a lot too. I mean, because things
Mhm.
are definitely different on this end than like on the it ends with us and then maybe things that I did. I was more on the TV side. I never did a lot of theatrical
Mm.
film.
Yeah.
But this whole Justin Baldoni Blake Lively thing, and I'm thank God we're coming to the end of It Ends With
Yeah.
Us. I mean,
Yeah.
we're already towards the end of October. I am
Mhm.
dying for this to end. I am dying for this to
Really?
end.
Are
Like I am
you?
so aren't you so over it already? Like
Yeah,
enough.
I think I was I was saying how the audio recording made me like so emotional weirdly because of the manipulation and the tone. And I was thinking about all the producers I've worked with and how there's so many calls like that where you're like talking smack and you feel like you can because you feel like you can take the shield off because
Yeah.
it's just your production team. And I'm like, this is so gross. This was so set up. And so I think that reignited me
Yeah.
of like wanting to follow this case. I mean, that's what made me want to follow this case in the first place. Me and my writer and producer friends who worked on a ton of TV shows and films, we were all on text chains. We were all having phone calls about this in like January because we're like, this is so disgusting.
Yeah.
Like reading all the lawsuits. So I think that's why people are so invested. Like, don't you? Because it's such a bigger story than just them.
Yeah, it feels 100% the well, I think and we've talked about this ad nauseum from the beginning. It feels like a case of manipulation, lies, and taking advantage of someone. From the beginning, we said mistaking the weakness for kindness. And the idea of taking someone who just thought that they were being in a safe zone,
Yeah.
talking to a friend about their open and honest feelings, and then all of a sudden they were grabbed and twisted and manipulated and created to be this beast,
Yeah.
this monster in this public atmosphere as this horrendous human being, and they had no power all of a sudden to fight it back. And it's it's actually really, really sad. It's
Yeah.
really sad that we're still here a year later. I'm grateful for the people that have
Mm,
stuck by him. Those are, in real life, I'm sure he has a good circle of people that have stuck by him. Um, and then those people that are still here in the public, fighting for him. It's nice that he has that, because most people, I think, kind of, you know, run away because they don't want to kind of get involved in the drama. They don't
yes.
fight for the people that they know are on the right side. But I think that ultimately the truth does come to light. Yesterday there were some
Mm,
legal droppings of some
mhm.
court stuff. We're not going to get like deep in the weeds with that, but
Sure.
I love Not Actually Golden so much. She and I have messaged a bunch, and
Mhm.
she and I connect over actually some personal stuff.
Mm,
I really, really like her, and I trust her a lot because I
yeah.
find her to be just number one, a lawyer, which is really important when it comes to breaking down this case, but also just like she breaks it down in a very kind of easy to understand. But she said that yesterday the motions that were dropped, or not dropped, but released, but
Mhm.
this motions for sanctions,
Yep.
it's like all
Yep.
this legal speak, basically said that they are indicative that Blake really doesn't have shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually just doing a video earlier to post later, and I mentioned Not Actually Golden, but 100%, I don't think she has anything at this point. People think that this is gonna go to trial. You and I both know this is not going to trial. This is not going, like, I personally don't think this is going to trial. Do you?
I don't know how it can, but I also don't know how we're still here.
I don't know either. That's what's crazy. And I think everyone that's following this case thinks, "Oh, Blake's career's done, Ryan's career's done." I'm like, "You don't understand how big and
Not
massive
done.
this industry is." Justin Baldoni is going to have an uphill battle after this. But I know what you mean. I'm like, "How are we still here?" People are saying in my comments, "They need a public apology." I'm like, there's no way you're getting a public apology.
Never. Never.
So I think they thought this audio recording, which I just looked up earlier, no one has reported on that audio recording. No
You
one
mean from
except
Claire?
TMZ. Except
TMZ did.
yeah, no, but they're the only ones.
Really?
Yeah, Deadline came out with the notice yesterday about, oh, Blake's team is saying that they're erasing messages. No one else, at least as of a few hours ago, has reported that the audio recording you know, basically said that it gave context to what Steve Sarowitz was saying. So
Wow.
it's that, to me, again, it's like we keep getting reaffirmed that there's so much manipulation going on that we're not even aware of behind the scenes. The fact that
All I
they
see, yeah, on Deadline, the last thing from Blake Lively was alleged smear campaign messages that auto deleted.
yep.
Alleged smear campaign messages that auto deleted, hidden from courts, crank up the heat anew in Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni battle. Just when you thought Blake Lively's sexual harassment and retaliation claims against her, it ends with us co-star and director Justin Baldoni truly couldn't get any more incendiary. Lawyers for
Mhm.
the actress may have um, dug up a bona fide digital smoking gun.
Mhm.
I'm so annoyed by Deadline's reporting on this. It's
No,
always
it's just
so annoying. It's this Dominic Patton. Is
it's
that who wrote this? Yes.
yeah.
Dominic Patton, like,
Oh, is
is
it the same
obsessed
person?
with Blake Lively.
They're all just trying to get in good. They all have some weird hidden motives. I don't know if you've talked about this, but people are like, why is Nick Viall so obsessed with like standing by Blake Lively's side? All the big podcasters not skinny, not fat. I've noticed chicks in the office won't comment on it. I mean, no one wants to get involved because everyone thinks, in the back of your head, Donna, I know as an actor, we all thought this. We're like, we can never say anything bad about anyone because what if we're an actor with that person?
Yeah.
It's like, now I'm like, y'all, the gloves have come off.
Well, it took me a really long time, Ashley, to get out of that
Really?
cloud in this industry.
Yeah.
When I started Daily Dose, even though I was out of casting and out of being an agent, I still had this fear of talking shit about the industry.
Yep.
I finally have released it, but I was still kind of almost scared to, because you're still, it's almost like if you work in government, you're scared to talk about your own. It's weird. You are raised that you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you.
That is totally it. I was actually thinking about you yesterday. I don't know why, but you came on my head of wow, Donna's in Hollywood and her husband, because I feel really free and I get so many messages from my Hollywood friends saying, you're saying what I wish I could say.
Yeah.
And because on the Kristen Bell situation, I'm like, y'all are getting a little too sensitive.
Well, we're going to have to get into that story in just a bit, because that is a huge story that's still going on. And there's all kinds of people that are angry about that.
Oh, wow.
But what's interesting is I've said this on the show a million times, because I have so many friends that are writers, producers, directors that will never stand against Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds on their Instagram or on their, socials. But every time I'm out with them for drinks, they talk shit.
Oh, yeah. No one's standing by them, but no one's going to say that.
No one will say it publicly, because God forbid their agents are friends with the agents or the writers or the producers, and they have a deal connected to the, because it's all so psychotically incestual.
Yeah. Politics aside, I love how fierce Megyn Kelly's personality has become, because she's everyone's lying to you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell it straight, whether or not you agree with her, I really don't care. But I love that type of energy, because everyone's just scared. Everyone's scared of being dropped by people. Everyone's scared of everything. And even, gosh, it's really interesting seeing TV news friends write to me and they're like, what do you mean this about Jimmy Kimmel? I'm like, y'all, this is not how the FCC works. That, I know that. They've twisted this story and I've gotten backlash on that. I'm like, I just don't care. And I think it's really freeing to not care about internet backlash when you're just telling the truth.
Well, apparently telling the truth is illegal these days, and you can't. But also, another thing really fast is, this reminds me, do you know how many casting directors that you probably used to audition for all the time are in my DMs on a fucking daily basis that are do you know how they tell me, they're like, Donna, I agree with so many of your points, and I go crazy because their Facebook feeds are filled with Hollywood bullshit.
Yeah.
And they want to pull all their hair out.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. I think that Hollywood in general, a lot of them are not as insanely liberal and insanely over the top as it's made out to be, but they have to be.
Yes.
Because they have to act like that, because if not, they get shunned from the world that they need.
100%. I mean, and I also think, now we are kind of getting political.
I know, this is a tangent.
I'm I don't get political, but I, as going into the journalism side and being on scenes and being in the small towns and all those things, I feel I just have a better nuanced perspective of the world, because I was in the Hollywood bubble for over 10 years and I thought a certain way, I did all the things. And now I see Robert De Niro just went on someone's show this week calling people in the Midwest and rural, scum, and not scum, but he called them ignorant and they must not be getting the news that we're getting. And I'm like,
Yep.
This is how you keep the country divided, when you continue to talk about people in this way. So, we live in this Hollywood bubble. Not everyone lives in that bubble. And the more you can get out of it, the more you can connect more with your community, build a bigger and better audience.
Oh yeah. I have a lot to say about that, Robert De Niro. Woo!
We have so much to talk about today.
We could talk about an after hour. We could do an after hour show, you and I. Okay, let's try to stay on point here. But anyway, yes, so Deadline is definitely not talking about this in probably a very similar way as Not Actually Golden. It seems very Blake sided, this article.
Yep.
It's saying that basically it's fighting for Stephanie Jones,
Mhm.
and it's saying that um that essentially all of the examples and all of the evidence of the smear campaign are all now in Signal messages that have been deleted.
Yeah. I was saying earlier that it's like telling your mom you made cookies and your brother stole them, but the cookies existed. We're like, you know, they
Yeah,
they probably
sure.
didn't.
What is it? If a tree falls in the forest and no one
Yeah.
no one is around? Like what? What? Okay, so we'll have to see what happens here. But at the end of the day, like everyone can speculate and all the media can report on whatever they want. As you know, the media can say whatever they want, but ultimately it comes down to facts, not feelings, facts. And if it does go to trial, it comes down to what does that jury believe?
Yeah.
And I kind of hope it does come to trial for that reason and pray to
Yeah.
God that it has a jury that is sensitive to the truth, and sees
Yeah.
the truth and doesn't fall for, Blake's frizzy hair.
Oh my God. You know that clip of her like fluffing up that one model's hair? I swear that comes up in my feed like every other day of her just like destroying a model's beautiful curly hair. I think her losing Ryan was the last thing that made me say like she has nothing, because obviously they're trying to protect his assets and Marvel and all those things. But now you have no dragons and you have no one that's a witness for you. Like, that Jenny Slate's got nothing, Colleen Hoover's got nothing. So you have no witnesses.
Yeah,
So
I mean, they definitely don't have evidence of the SH, which is
no.
a huge part of this case.
Mhm.
And if you don't have the evidence of the SH and now you definitely don't have evidence of the smear campaign, then like you really just have like a lot of legal bills. That's
Yeah.
it. You just
Yeah.
have a lot of legal bills. Um Kiara says something interesting. She goes, I hope I'm saying that right, Kiara. I think the only reason I'm drawn to this case is because I was a TV writer. I lived in this world. I've seen the crazy, so I don't want someone like Blake to get away with it. So many people in my DMs on a daily basis, a huge TV producer who has produced a lot of shows you guys have all seen, has said, I despise who they are. I've met them both in person.
Oh,
I
really?
despise them and they cannot get away with this. Like, this
Wow.
is the constant narrative in real life. So just know these are the stories that we are hearing on a constant basis.
Yeah, because
Um,
sometimes do you feel like you're going rogue, Donna? Like,
Donna,
I'm like, why did I just had
it's
a
okay.
memory
Call me
blank.
anything.
But
Call me Micah.
it's 'cause I
Blake will
saw
take
the
her tits
meme.
out for the jury to win them over. These are the kind of audience members I bring. These kind of people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm going
Okay,
who
Micah.
cares at this point? I mean, at this point, I don't even know but at this point with Blake, and we'll move on now from Blake and Justin, but it just goes to show that, you keep fighting the fight, but I'm ready for this shit to end. It's like, it's gotta end
Yeah.
soon, hopefully.
Yeah, bringing everyone down. I want this to end, but I want it to end on a positive note so we can see, like, truth and justice will prevail. The comments I've gotten from my producer friends, in the beginning of this was, "How in the effing world did she make her own cut and then get it like, they were like, "That's insane." Like, does your audience understand that that's insane?
It's
Because
insane.
people like to be like, "No, she's a producer." I'm like, "You guys don't understand what an actress vanity producer title is."
It's actually wild. It's literally like she chained him up into some sort of, like, dungeon, but she did, but, like, it's actually insane that happened.
Mm.
Okay, well, let's get into the show. Before we let's get into the show 30 minutes in. Let's actually get into the show today. I want to talk about all of it, but before we do, a quick moment to talk about Wayfair. Ashley, have you ever used Wayfair?
Wait, Wayfair for furniture and, like,
Furniture, decor,
oh,
anything
are
like
you
that.
kidding? Like, half of our stuff is Wayfair. Love
Thank
it.
you.
Love it.
Wayfair is the best. As the holidays approach, you can get what you need to personalize your home with Wayfair. Shop holiday decor for every room in the house. Whether it's Christmas trees, wreaths, or inflatables for the front yard, Wayfair is your one-stop shop. Refresh your guest room with bedding, linens, throw pillows, and accent chairs for way less. Make holiday hosting a breeze with quality cookware that will wow any guest. You can get bedding and bath basics, kids' rooms decor, home decor, kitchen essentials, and living room refreshes. Refresh, seatings, rugs, lamp lighting, throw blankets, etc. There's a huge selection of home items in every style that makes it easy to find exactly what's right for you. There's something for every style in every home, no matter your space or budget. There's free and easy delivery, even on the big stuff. Find all your seasonal must-haves from furniture and holiday decor to appliances and cookware. Get organized, refreshed, and ready for the holidays for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Thanks, Wayfair.
Love Wayfair.
So, okay, I say we start with oh my God, we have so much to talk about. Where do we start?
We've got Love is Blind. We have Dancing with the
Love
Stars.
is Blind. You guys, we have to we're going to try to do like a bing bang bong with all these stories.
Let's do it.
Love is Blind aired its one episode finale episode. This season of Love is Blind feels like literally root canals. Every episode is a root canal.
It felt like, even 2 episodes ago when all of the girls are like, "Don't leave me." I'm like, what is happening? Like, why?
Joe! No, Joe! Oh, wait, if you guys didn't watch Love is Blind, I guess put us on mute for like 5 minutes. It's not going to be a long, because it really didn't go well. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, this is gonna be a huge spoiler alert. No,
I'm just putting our a timestamp down. I'm writing timestamps so everyone can watch it later. You guys, it was so okay. So basically, we've gone into the season now. From the beginning, we were like, what's wrong with these people? Denver is not a good city to move to if you're a single woman, I don't think.
definitely not. They're all like, living in ski resorts, like the energy this season, to me, I labeled it as pick me energy.
Okay.
It was just like, please. I'm like, why?
I need to find someone to marry. My vagina's drying up.
I know. It kind of felt like LA energy, because all the women in LA that don't have a man, they're like, please, like all my friends.
Please, I need to have kids.
Okay, but yes. I have a little tidbit, because they just filmed Love is Blind in Columbus, where I live now.
Okay.
So I know some tea. Okay. Because they asked some of my guy friends that are like TV people to be on the show.
Okay.
So apparently most of the guys that end up on this show they don't usually apply. This isn't even really tape, but they're from LinkedIn and Instagram, and it's mostly the women that are applying. And I feel like that's a good note, because all the women are so much more eager to marry, and all the men are just kind of like, what up? Like, why is Joe on our screen?
Okay, well, what's interesting about this season is, yes, in the earlier episodes, that was definitely the energy where the girls were like, anything to get you to stay with me.
Yes.
But as of this week, like that was last week when we had a rat's nest. Honestly, you see that plant behind you?
Yeah.
That could be Annie with blonde hair. That behind you could be. I mean, Annie was. Hold on. I think I need to pull this out.
Annie was a hot mess express.
Annie was like psycho with her hair. Okay. Like Annie was like, I understand why you don't like me. Like she was so drunk and so not okay. Right.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, we had Madison, who, bless her heart, she was so sweet, but like so not reading the room, right? She couldn't read the room with Joe. Meanwhile, Joe has dated every single girl under the sun since Madison, including apparently behind the scenes tea.
Casey?
He started dating another contestant.
Was it Casey?
Started dating Casey.
Yeah, okay, I heard that too. Yeah, so I watched
Zach, I like gay people. Zach gave me shit that I don't like gay people the other day on my show.
What?
I love gay people.
So What's really interesting though is Madison was on some podcast I listened to, and she said, listen, he was drunk. We had 5 hours. I stayed at the party until I came back and I saw him. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking he sobered up. But I'm like, yeah, this whole thing was read the room. I feel like that couple was read the room the entire season. Because for her to think he was gonna marry her, like he was like, I like you too.
She's like, I just want to cuddle. Can we just cuddle with your body? Can I just fuck you?
Oh yeah,
She
kept
literally
talking
just wanted
about
to constantly have sex with him.
She
She's like,
really did.
when he was breaking up with her, he's like, Madison, I just don't think this is gonna work. She's like, but just think about it. That means we're never gonna have sex again.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. She's like, think about it. You're never gonna get to touch me again. I'm like,
And he's like,
that's your plea?
yeah. And he's like, I'm okay with that.
He's like, yeah, I understand. I really understand.
He's like,
I mean, he
I'll
told
survive. So then yesterday is the wedding day.
Yes.
And the first wedding is Anton and Allie, the two most boring people we've ever seen on Love is Blind.
God.
And that's saying a lot. Okay.
That's true. That's true.
Anton, I still don't have a read on him. He's a truck driver. I never got that until yesterday.
I feel like he's one of those like vapes, like hangs out at a hookah lounge.
Smells like CK1.
Yeah.
For sure smells like hardcore cologne.
Yes. And
what is that Elvis hair?
The Elvis hair, everything like was not lining up. And yet he's like, yeah, we're getting married. Like his speech at the altar was like, yeah, I can't wait for our big, beautiful family. And she's like, nah, I'm good. But you know what was funny to me about Allie? Allie was like, listen, he's the one with problems. He's an alcoholic. I'm perfect. And he's like, do you like ever pick up after yourself?
Yeah.
And she's like, no. And that's okay. And I was like,
she's like, wow, it's not going to happen. Love me for who I am.
I was like, oh, okay.
She's like, I thought you got to love me for who I am. Okay.
I think we learned.
This is the best. She goes, wait, what did she say to him? Now, by the way I watch the wedding episodes is fast forward. I fast forward through the entire getting ready for the wedding.
Oh,
I fast forward through them walking up the aisle until literally the priest or whoever's the officiant says, do you or don't you? I don't care about anything.
That's funny. I did that most of this season. Here's the thing. They all know, like, okay, well, you didn't watch them getting ready, but I predicted each one of them. I
predicted each one 3 weeks ago.
Calabria, what are you doing? Are you just trying to rack up those social media numbers? Because she's like, yeah, like he's a good guy.
Wait, back to Allie and Anton. Let's get through towards the end. So Anton's like, he's like, so do you? And Anton's like, yeah, I do. I do. I swear he almost pulled out a toothpick in the middle of the ceremony.
Oh, wow.
And then they're like to her, do you? And she's like, I don't. She starts walking off and then does this like dramatic collapse in the middle of the lawn.
That was wild.
Everyone is surrounding her. Your intuition is right. Your gut is right. And they're immediately telling her, you'll find someone better. I mean, 2 seconds after she's walked away, she still smells like his CK1. And then right there, the other guys, by the way, in front, the other girls that are going to Anton are saying, what a stupid CUNT. Like they're shit talking.
Oh yeah, that was wild. You don't usually hear that. Well, Donna, because you fast forwarded this part, let me just tell you, the mom and her sister were like, we don't approve. Like in the getting ready.
Her mom?
Yeah, her mom goes, I don't like that he drinks. And her sister goes, just to be clear, I don't approve.
Well, then no wonder she didn't marry him.
Yeah. It really gave it away, man.
There you go.
I have a question. Do you think, because I had a problem, this is like when I first started getting on my soapbox, was talking about the last Love is Blind. I was like, okay, I need my microphone. Time to come on YouTube. But it's because I'm like, damn, these people are really ruining their wedding experience because they all know they're not getting married. So
Well,
why are
this is why I think it's interesting why some choose to end it before and some go
yeah.
the whole distance. But I think
Mm,
that it's like some are, I don't know, some are kinder and some choose to
yeah.
like go through the maybe you get paid if you go through the wedding.
Oh, wow. I
I don't
wonder.
know. I don't know. But anyway, so then
Mm.
okay, so that marriage ends. And then she says in her confessional, she's like, he just isn't who he said he was in the pods. He drinks and he eats unhealthy. And it cuts to Anton and he's like fucking eating all these chips. It was like they did Anton so dirty. He's shoving in like nachos. I was like, this is so effed. Like poor
See?
Anton. They made him sound like a drunk fatty.
That's because she kept being like in all the episodes, she kept being like, "Well, because you drink."
Yeah.
How many how much vodka is he's like, "Shut up." Like, I'm trying to
They really made him like such an alcoholic on that show.
That's what's so crazy, and oh my god, this is why I would never be you gotta do a Kris Jenner. If you're gonna be on a reality show, you need final edit approval.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
smartest thing the Kardashians did. They
Yeah.
saved their own image.
It's so true. Okay, second wedding is Calibria
Oh
and
god.
Mr. Man with the pick, Edmund. The second now remember, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. You watch the whole thing, but I fast forward. We're up at the top of the altar. This is all I know. He's got a pick. I can't believe that I didn't plan this shit out. I mean, this is the closest I can do. This guy is wild. My son walks into this moment.
I love all of your props.
Yeah, but like I really didn't plan good because I was so sick. And my son, oh God, my son walks in and he says, "On the wedding day, mom?" And I said, "I know this is really a reason to not get married. This is a reason not to get married. Is
okay.
the prop? I mean, the pick on the wedding day is enough."
That I thought, like, where one time, okay, that's your I don't understand. I've never seen anyone wear picks in their heads.
I mean, in
So,
the 80s, maybe.
yeah, I don't know if it's like a trend that's happening. There's something I'm missing out on. We got to look this up on TikTok. But to wear that on the wedding day, here's, a part of my heart is with Edmund because I was like, why is your fifth grade teacher? And then you see his fifth grade teacher is like his mom.
What was that? Because the mom was on the show. So why was
well, his mom couldn't come to the wedding.
Oh, she didn't come.
No. And I'm like, fifth grade teacher, like who stays in this must have been like his guiding light. And it makes you think like this guy.
He didn't have a lot of guidance in his life.
No. And it made me like really sad for him because it made me like, I think he really needs some deep therapy. I think he should not be on a show like this. I think he's a perfect character. Like talk about casting. Like, do you think
Okay, I
he's
got it. It took a while, but I finally got my pick in my hair.
Oh, good.
You see it?
Perfect. I love that pick.
It's kind of creepy. It looks like I killed someone and their hand is coming out, but it's okay.
Step aside, Edmund. Daily dose is coming in.
So yes. So she's like, they said, do you want to marry Calibria? And he was like, and I had an issue with his voice. I have a thing about voices, and I had an issue with his voice, and his voice was like, Calibria, you know that I love you. And I was like, fuck this. Like, sorry, you guys, my cursing is off the chain today. I think something happened to me while I got sick.
That does happen. You get a little off the cuff when you're sick.
I'm unwell. I'm like Alex Cooper, unwell.
You're unwell.
I
Promote
am.
the drink. Sponsored Daily Dose.
I am unwell. I am really unwell. But he was like, Calibria, I love you. He's like, sounds like auto-tuned a little bit.
Yeah, he had a really, which made it even more interesting because sometimes I try to cover my eyes and like listen to them, and I'm like, this is the voice you fell in love with?
Yeah, no.
Like this is what melted your heart?
When you're in the pods and you hear that, you're like, there's absolutely no way that this is gonna work. Like, wait, he was like, I love you. I'm so crying.
But
and then, and then they said, Calibria, will you marry him? And she goes, no.
No, but then it's like she knew that this would happen because he goes, like he just got snot or something. But he goes,
Oh my God. You did that so good. He had like a seizure. It was wild. It was wild. He goes,
it was so wild and unhinged. And it's like she knew, because then she had to like give him a pep talk. She was like, be strong, be a man. You got that. I'm like, why are you giving him a pep talk?
He literally was like,
You know, I have theory about Calabria. I just created just now. AD is one of the most loved people from Love is Blind, and she came out.
AD.
Yeah, AD is the best, and she came out with like her podcast, and now she's like crushing it and all those things. You're still fine.
Okay, keep going.
I think Calabria, because like Calabria gave up on that man. Did you see their massive fight like a couple episodes?
Yes, when she was
ago?
like his mom.
Yeah, and she's like, "It's okay, buddy." It's like Calabria knows she's not marrying this man. I think this is one she needed to take all the way through, and I think she wanted to be seen as this like Oprah figure.
I took care of you.
Who's like, this is not me. Like, she's like, I don't like yelling. That's me. That's me out of character. Like, she gives very like speeches as if she's like an Oprah figure. I think she wanted to come out of this with that type of brand. I don't know if it's gonna happen. She didn't come off super lovable to me.
I think that honestly, it's not going to be a very kind, and like I don't think she's going to get that much love from it, because I actually think that people are going to turn around and they're going to actually say she shouldn't
have taken it too far.
Okay, wait. I think I found the reaction online, you guys. I think Hold on. Because I think that people are going to say that she like led him on.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
100%.
I think this is it. It says, I'm not surprised she said no, but his reaction would have me saying no again. Okay, let's watch it. Wait, is that it?
No, I need a longer one.
No, it's got to be longer than that.
It is.
Long. It was like
fell to the ground.
It was like he pooped.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe he'll come out being like the biggest star from all of this.
I don't know what he's going to do. I'm worried about Edmund. Finally, the third couple we have are Jordan and Sparkle Megan, who never really sparkled. I was like a little confused.
No, it didn't match her. Her personality was not sparkle.
She was a little dull, Megan.
She was so dull. Also, everything, I have so many problems with her because everything she is and represents is like a contradiction from what she's telling us.
Mm-hmm.
So like she presents as this like very put together, like obviously we keep hearing about her money, we keep hearing about her businesses, but I looked her up, Donna, because I'm a little investigator, you know. She said she made her money in the oil industry.
Tycoon.
So I'm like, okay, where is this information? But now she's promoting herself as like a health and wellness expert.
Yeah, no, she is a huge, according to Us Magazine, there was a huge like thing about what she does. She has like all these companies in the health and wellness world.
So, okay, so I don't understand, Megan. Also, just the way she carried herself at times. I'm like, how is this some big, huge like CEO? Like, how did you not know that your life would change if you had a child?
Well, there was a lot going on because you picked a guy that had no money, knowing that he had no money. And everyone should have told, we were all thinking, you're a rich woman and you all of a sudden think you want the funny poor guy?
Yeah. What? Oh my God. So true. And not even like, obviously not like poor, but
but the guy that needs to work for money.
Yes.
Every week.
Yeah. She was like confused. She's like, what? You have to go to work? We can't play tennis at 10 a.m.?
Then she's like, she thought her dad was Jordan's son. I was convinced that she thought Luca, the son, was her dad reincarnated.
100%. Yes. And people have told me because our dog was named Luca too, and he had passed away, and they go, your son is going to be reincarnated. It's going to be your dog as your son. People believe that stuff.
So maybe there was like a part of her that just became obsessive over having to pick him because the son had
Yeah.
diabetes and her dad had died of diabetes, and she was like, this is a sign. She became
Yes.
obsessive over that, and then when she finally met Luca, she was like, I'm not getting dad energy.
Yeah. Which is, like, so sad. I don't know. I'm, like, a fan
It's
of
really
Jordan,
sad.
but I don't think it was a good fit. The other guy seemed like such a better fit for her.
She really messed that one up. And she led Jordan on the entire time.
Yeah. Did you think at all that they had a chance or no?
I totally thought 1000% they were
Yeah.
gonna end up together. The editing was very wrong because I didn't think they had that many issues other than the fact that he was a little quiet in the last
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. Which is
I'm really surprised that they didn't end up, but she breaks up with him before the wedding, thank God, and he was
yeah.
heartbroken.
Heartbroken. I've also seen a bunch of his interviews now, and he seems so much smarter and more eloquent not on the show.
Good.
He seems, and guess what? He created a book called Dear Luca, and he created this like whole nonprofit that helps people with diabetes. I actually think he's much more of a go-getter than they let on. I think they were trying to like cast them. I'm using your lingo, Donna.
Cast.
Cast. But I think they try to like set them up as polar opposites.
Good. Good. I think I mean that I get
He's a
that. I
lot
get that.
smarter than
I think he's gonna be fine. He's gonna probably end up with a great girl. And so meanwhile, she's, found herself the love of her life. We'll see what happens in a baby. So good for them. Whatever. It
Oh
was a
yeah,
failed experiment.
failed. Love is not
Enough.
blind. Wait, because are those all the couples? Are we learning is love blind?
It's blind, deaf, and a mess. It's not in Denver.
It's
That's
not
for sure.
love is
Um,
not blind in Denver. I think next season is next season DC or Columbus.
I don't know, but it better be better.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to get more tea on
It's still one
Columbus.
of my favorite reality shows.
Oh, it's so good. But I wish people were more like dedicated to the mission because our OGs like Amber Barnett, Lauren, Cameron, they were dedicated to the
They were
experiment.
so good. I
I
know.
I think there was like a big piece a few years ago on Deep Tea and Natalie. Remember them?
Yes.
Yes. So they have their Out of the Pods podcast and they're, millionaires and blah, blah, blah. And they did a huge piece, I think, in Fortune. So I think people are just seeing this as like an opportunity, get rich opportunity.
It's like Bachelor. Like
Yeah.
just to get social media followers. Lady says, is this the first season no one got married? And I actually think it was.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Josh says love isn't real.
Love isn't real.
It is real if you find the right person, but maybe not in a pod. And
Yes.
don't eat like shit and drink all the vodka, okay? And don't have a kid. Clearly, these are all the things. So let's keep.
That's all you have
let's
to
keep
do.
moving. I want to talk about Kristen Bell. I want to skip over a couple things, and I want to talk about this Kristen Bell story because I find this really fascinating.
Oh yeah,
I've gotten a lot of mixed comments about Kristen Bell.
Okay.
Kristen Bell obviously made this Instagram post. We talked about this 2 days ago. So I'm not going to go into detail about the original Instagram post. You guys have seen it all over the place about this. She made what she deems probably a joke about about Dax Shepard, not killing her for money as love. It is highly polarizing to some. I personally said on my show, and I'm curious, just a really quick response from you.
Yep.
But I personally said on my show that humor is very subjective, and some people find things really funny that others find really triggering. It depends what is very triggering to that person specifically.
Yes.
I think if you are a victim of DV, it could be very upsetting to you. But we said it a lot of people said it in the comments that they were victims of DV and didn't find it upsetting. So it really just depends on who you are as a person, where you are in your life, how you feel about those people, et cetera, et cetera. But since then, Okay, so what are your feelings on
Okay,
the
okay.
whole
I
post?
feel the exact same way. I said people are getting way too sensitive on the internet. I also had some people who were victims of DV who also thought it was funny. And
Okay.
also, I think people don't understand Dax Shepard. Like, watch The Armchair Expert. He's a weirdo. He's off the cuff. His humor is very odd. But that's why people love their energy. And also, Donna, a lot of people said something crazy to me, which was they think this was a cry for help.
I'm getting a lot of that in my DMs as well. A lot of people are saying she is in an abusive marriage and
Yeah.
she needs to get out, and this is her way of, like, signifying to people, "I need help."
Yeah, is this like the new headline with this?
This is what people are telling me.
Cuz that's what I'm getting too. I'm like, "What?"
Well, I know, and I find it to be a little bit outrageous, but what I'm noticing also is a little bit
Mm,
of a spin in the media. So, 2 things are happening. One
okay.
is she actually had to limit her comments on her Instagram because people were probably harassing in the comments, like, people were
Mhm.
probably saying some pretty crazy stuff. And then now, of course, this is all happening right on the heels of this huge Nobody Wants This premiere, which premieres today.
Yep.
All hail Adam Brody, the hottest man/rabbi in the history. And, I'm gonna definitely I'm catching up season 1 with Lance because he hadn't watched it, so
Oh.
I'm gonna have to wait a few days to start it, but
Oh, it's such a sexy show. I
I know.
love
Oh my god,
it.
that kiss,
Oh god. Mm.
it makes me want that kiss, but I don't know if, like, I don't know if it's gonna happen with anyone except Adam Brody.
God, it really isn't. It's funny when I just got married this past year and they were like, practice
Mazel.
how you're thank you. Practice how you're gonna do your kiss. And I said, you're gonna grab my face. And he did it just like that.
He pulled you in.
He didn't do the whole like drop your handbag, missy.
Oh my god, it's so hot.
But it was so
Um,
hot. I could rewatch that over and over.
oh my god, it's so sexy.
Mm,
Well, so she was supposed to do the Today Show, and she didn't
no.
um, because I think that she just had to kind of skip
God.
it because she didn't want people to have to ask or whatever. I don't know. She's going through, like, a little bit of a media backlash right now, and I even noticed when I posted on my stories that she went on a red carpet, I got multiple DMs from people saying, "I despise her, like, I will not support her anymore." Here's an
What?
article that says Kristen Bell emerges on a red carpet after skipping the Today Show over the anniversary post backlash. It says the actress broke cover at New York City's 92nd Street Y on Wednesday night, hours after skipping her Today Show appearance over a tone deaf anniversary post. Um, Here she is. She was on the red carpet for this screening. It says she was in good spirits. That wasn't from that night, and she was smiling and whatever, but it's very clearly that she's not doing any interviews with other people. She's doing, like, her own hosted experiences, but people are
Wow.
struggling with her.
That ugh, that honestly makes me so mad because it's almost like silencing in a way. Like, oh, she's got her massive show that everyone is obsessed with the show, and now people it feels like we're back in 2020, honestly, when it's like people are digging up stuff, they're making things into things that they aren't. I clearly this was a joke. God, that's wild.
Well, a comment I got in my DMs, and I'm not agreeing with this
Yeah,
because I
yeah, yeah.
personally am not offended by it, but
Yeah.
a lot of people think I should be. Um, Said the fact that she's not making a comment apologizing for it is sick. And I said, "So she needs to apologize, you think, for her comments?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Why?" And they said, "Because she's offended so many, survivors of DV." So I think that there's a lot of people that really feel like she needs to be out there apologizing. And
Wow.
I don't think she's going to.
I don't think she should.
I don't feel like she has to because comedy is very it's very tough.
No, and it's like, are you just doing this because she's a woman? Because, and I hate to play that card, but when you think about all of the things that male comedians talk about, or why haven't we canceled Matt Rife by now? You know what I mean? I guess he's been canceled a bunch of times, but like Like, do you think Matt Rife comes out and apologizes? No. So a little caption. I'm sorry, you can't cancel. I'm standing by that. You can't cancel Kristen Bell. I have friends who worked with her on The Good Place. They say what you see is what you get. She is like the nicest soul in Hollywood, apparently. So I'm like, God, I don't know. This makes me mad, Donna.
Well, I also asked on somewhere, I can't remember where, if it was X or something. What if Dax Shepard wrote on his caption, "Happy 12th anniversary to the woman who knows she would get incentivized to kill me, but has chosen not to. She loves me that much." Like, said the exact same thing about Kristen. Would he get asked to apologize?
And what did people say? Did people say?
Just a lot of people liked it. Like I
Yeah.
said, would you be as mad if a man said that about their wife, wanting to kill a man?
So I'm gonna bring in another story. We can
Look
compare.
who's here, my man.
Oh,
He's
hey,
supporting me.
Lance.
Lance, wait. If look at this, we need to bring back comedy and stop apologizing for everything.
Yes. Listen,
Interesting.
I love the people who don't apologize. I think it was someone was commenting on Dave Chappelle or something and saying, you can't be canceled if you don't care about being canceled. Like, you're only going to be canceled if you accept, oh, now I'm canceled. I think a great comeback we're seeing right now is J.K. Rowling and people now supporting her and saying, you know what, Emma Watson, like, F off a little bit. You know what I mean? And Keira Knightley, I don't know if you saw that clip, but someone said, oh, are you going to, because she's voicing Professor Umbridge in her audio book. And a reporter goes, oh, are you going to boycott? What do you think about the boycott against J.K. Rowling? And Keira Knightley goes, I think we all need to learn how to live with each other. And people are quoting it as like the most iconic statement you could make. The world is waking up. This to me is, I'm not talking about liberal conservative. I'm saying woke. Like, this is so ridiculous. Kristen Bell literally is quoting her husband. So if you want to cancel anyone, cancel Dax Shepard.
Yeah. But no one will dare go after the man. It's only her.
Yeah. Oh my God. So I think this is a great example where we can look like the sane ones, guys, because those who are invested in the Baldoni Lively case, you guys are probably being called unhinged, against women, whatever. So now show that you're not just like blanketed going against women, because obviously you're not, and stand for people not having to continuously apologize. I think we move on and we don't give it any air. And I think also people supporting her in the comments to her post, like Mae Whitman, even Dateline, uncancelable. In fact, let's all watch her show this week. Give her the ratings.
I kind of agree with you. I think that the fact that people that know them very well and know their personality and know their friendship and are all loving on them and saying how funny it is, like, they know them. They're not like, oh shit, this is weird. Like Zoe Deutsch, like all their actual friends are saying how much they love them. Now, Mermaid says, I'm a survivor of childhood abuse. I saw firsthand domestic abuse with my parents. It was a joke, but maybe she could say something, I didn't know it was DV month and I didn't mean it in that way. But do you actually think that she meant it to hurt people?
That's a good question. Like, what was the intent? Again, I think it was just a joke. I think the reason why people don't end up making statements like this is because, like, if she were to make a statement,
What
then
would
the
be the
entire
fallout of
focus
that?
is gone. Then that's gonna, even in her story, that's gonna be picked up. And we saw, I don't know why, but I'm thinking of like Rachel Kirkconnell right now from The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
She did this like huge, she sat down, did a 2-hour interview. She posted all over her stories. She was like, I'm so sorry. I did this when I was 18. She like went to antebellum ball
Yeah,
for her
I knew she was deemed
sorority.
racist.
For her sorority.
Yeah.
But you saw the backlash when she apologized. It's not like that saved her. That didn't save her. So I think Kristen Bell should not give this any breath at all, because it's going to take away from the focus of her show, personally.
Yeah.
But
I think so too. I think sometimes the more energy you give it and the more you apologize, like, people have already decided she's a bad person if they think she's a bad person. And if she comes out and says, like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you, or I didn't mean to do anything, they've already decided they don't like her.
Yep. Yep.
I've
Mhm.
apologized for bad behavior in the past, and those people hate me no matter what. No
Mhm.
matter what I say, they already don't like me no matter what I say, apologize. "Oh, you're only apologizing because we called you out. Why'd you say it?
Mhm.
Why'd you say it from the beginning?" Like, that's the kinda energy with these people that have already called her
Yes.
out. So, and
I
Lance
totally
always
agree.
says, "Yes, people will all be on to the next thing in 2 days."
100%. Dax Shepard literally just talked about this in his interview. He had Jennifer Aniston on. And by the way, again, if we don't see Dax Shepard acknowledge this in his ongoing podcast, then why in the world should we have Kristen have to acknowledge this as well? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
he and Jennifer Aniston just talked about that. And it's like nowadays things move on within 2 days. Kristen doesn't have a uh what's it called? Like a backstory. I'm blanking on the word, but she doesn't have a history of doing this type of stuff. Again, I think it was a joke. I think it didn't land. I don't think she's crying for help. I think she has the resources.
No, but you know what's so crazy is like, okay, so Daily Mail always does these like paid articles, these exclusives. So
Yeah.
look what's on Daily Mail as a paid article and
Ooh.
exclusive today, you guys. This is wild. I haven't even read it. I just saw the top. Gaslighting and blackout fights. Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard's volatile marriage laid bare by insiders.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that wild?
When it comes here,
When it
here's
comes to
the
Hollywood
thing.
couples, Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard are iconic. I mean, let's see. Let's see what it actually has as an example of their blackout fights and their others took the opportunity to note this wasn't the first time that they have sparked controversy about comments over their marriage. Yeah, because they're just an honest, like open couple that
Yeah.
talks about their marriage.
Yep.
It says they overshare a lot, even if it's made in jest. They
Mhm.
have volatile fights and Shepard's addiction struggles that have certain served to threaten their relationship. Um, at first, the actress's Instagram post seemed to be just another joke. That's why, according to one insider who spoke exclusively to the Daily Mail, Belle likely didn't
Mhm.
realize there would be backlash to her anniversary tribute. Her humor can go dark and sometimes be funny, but then she is also oblivious to people's feelings and will say anything at any time. Really? The post was funny to her and Dax,
Mm.
but she didn't realize the backlash that was coming. It was tone deaf, but at the end of the day, the people that know Kristen know that the person she is. That is the person she is. Wow. So the person that's being interviewed is calling her tone deaf and mean. However, a second insider has claimed there may be some truth behind her candid caption. They are both pretty volatile people and can blow up over the smallest issues. So now whoever is being interviewed is saying that they basically are volatile, abusive people. It's,
Oh
like,
my
pretty
god.
shitty. Like, they're now making it,
They're
pretty
calling
intense.
them volatile and abusive.
Well, they're saying that they can blow up and they're volatile.
I
Sometimes Kristen or
think
Dax will say something they think is a fun dig and the other one gets offended. Well,
yeah,
yeah, that's marriage.
yeah, I think because I've been listening to Armchair Expert for years. I haven't listened to it, recently besides the Jen Aniston one, but Dax talks about and he had her on. So they really are open books kind of. Probably too much. It almost is giving Jada Pickett Smith and Will, like, when you're like, okay, don't tell us everything. Like, you're telling us a little bit too much. That's kind of how Dax and Kristen are. They share a little too much. They've talked about how much they go to therapy, but that's kind of like part of their shtick.
Mhm.
I could see people maybe saying like, oh, maybe she's naive to like they're
Well,
they're
I mean,
probably equating naive to tone deaf.
but the story about them blacking out, it sounds like they are literally getting drunk and blacking out or something. The story about blacking out literally says, back in 2020, the pair had a fight so intense that she, quote, blacked out and didn't talk to her husband for 3 days. Okay, I am gonna admit here on Daily Dose of Donna that I've fought with Lance where I didn't wanna talk to him for 3 days.
Boom.
Ha
Marriage.
is this or should we be looked into? Should we have an exclusive article about our marriage and the volatility? It's normal. Sometimes you need a break. Like,
God.
in 2020, especially COVID?
It's
Oh my
like people.
God, you wanted to murder each other. Oh God, I can't say that now on the show. But you literally can't handle. I know, right? I'm gonna be now. I have sorry, a DV month. I can't. I apologize for saying such an insensitive comment. I. It's like marriage is hard, and anyone that is pretending that you live a life of perfect butterflies, they're honest. That's the difference. Most people are fake. That's
Yeah.
the difference.
Yeah, I think it's almost like we want someone to cancel. Why do we want someone to cancel, and why do we want it to be Kristen Bell?
Because it wasn't Donna Bowling. It's either Donna Bowling or Kristen Bell. I mean, pick your poison.
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm gonna swing this back around to Justin Baldoni. At the end of the day, people's true hearts and whatever, you're always gonna see it. You can't run away from who you really are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm sorry, Kristen Bell is uncancelable, just like we're seeing Blake Lively, like her history has shown us throughout the years. Why do you think Leighton Meester isn't like, she's pretty cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she wasn't, because she sucked.
Yeah. I
Like,
don't know.
at the-
It's real interesting, but whatever. I like Kristen Bell. I don't think she does anything super problematic, and for that, I am
Mhm.
fine with her. Okay. Quick little Dancing with the Stars update because I know it's 2 days past, but we didn't get to talk about it yesterday. I don't want to like go into super detail because it has
Mhm.
been 2 days,
Mhm.
but overall, Wicked Night, so much fun.
The best.
Who was your favorite?
Okay, so I have so many thoughts, but I'll try to keep them short. Wicked Night to me was the most magical because of what Wicked means to all of us, which gives a really high expectation for the performances. And also, I think so much of what we're seeing had to be based on song choice and obviously like the type of dance that they had to do. So I do think some of them had an advantage because the songs were so iconic that we have that emotional connection. With that being said, my standout performances, Whitney Levitt and Mark. I don't say
Dallas.
Dallas.
My favorite from the night.
They were great. I think Whitney can come out of this either like being in a Broadway musical. They asked her, asked her about that. She's like, I need to learn singing, but you know, there are ways. Someone at DreamWorks, when I was like singing for a show, someone at DreamWorks was like, Ashley, there are ways. There are things we can do with your voice. I'm like, perfect. Just make it sound better. So her, Jordan
Childs.
see,
Right,
okay.
Lance? I don't know if Lance is still here, but I think it's Childs.
Jordan Childs was so fierce, obviously Olympian, and wow, you like couldn't tell which one was the dancer and which one wasn't. Like she was amazing, but I have 2 more, Donna.
What?
Okay. I know. I think I saw, was it Zach that said Dylan Efron like can't dance or something?
He's awkward when he dances, but he's hot, but he's awkward.
But can I just tell you, did you think this dance with Dylan Efron? I was like getting
Well, because
hot.
the hips. He was moving the hips.
So sexy. Wow. This was it for him. Very sensual, very romantic. Alex Earl's not cutting it for me.
But she's so cute. But you're right. It's not like she's not a great dancer.
She's forgettable. I always think of like, who's the memorable
She is
one?
forgettable, which is interesting because she's so big on TikTok, but she's so forgettable on the show.
She's so forgettable. And also, she's not that good at like, does she do the lip syncing on TikTok? Because she's not that good at it.
It's very interesting. I noticed the same thing when I was watching. I was like, she's not getting the words like accurately.
Okay, you know who else I think has been forgettable?
Who?
Who I think was shocking? Jen Affleck. Forgettable.
Super. And it's so weird because I went into the show, episodes 1 and 2, like obsessed with Jen, and I think she's slowly really going down.
Yeah, I think she's really in her head. When they said, how do you think she did? She's like, good, just happy to be here. I think
she seems like she's depressed or overwhelmed, and I don't think she's like really vibing with John.
Oh yeah, that could be.
There's something going on there. I need to find. I'm gonna like seriously. I'm curious if Lance has any info there.
Get some tea, because we need it. She's not standing out. I think she also sees that the vibe online is definitely supporting Whitney. Whitney is the breakout Broadway Tony Award winning star from the show. But guess what?
What?
Guess what?
What? Special correspondent Ashley BT.
That's not who won my heart that night.
I think I know who did.
It's not Andy Richter.
Although I love that man.
He's so cute. He's literally he's all of our dads.
Well, he's definitely not my dad.
Well, you know what I
But
mean?
he's
Like,
a cute dad. Okay,
he's
yeah.
like a dad like a dad trying to do TikTok.
So cute.
Okay. Let me get her last name.
Oh, it's a
Hold.
girl.
Oh, shoot. God, I forgot about Erwin.
My man?
Oh, God. Erwin was
The man I want to all of a sudden hang out with crocodiles for?
Wow. Erwin. Okay. Erwin did not steal my heart either, but I did write massive likability factor. He is a star. He definitely reminded me of Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah, he
I
was
think-
great. It wasn't his best week, but he was
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Okay. Who won my heart?
I know who you're going to say.
Well,
Elaine.
Well, yes.
I know. It was the trustful.
It was insane. Absolutely insane. I think she's like winning the court of public opinion. And I think her whole story, like people love attaching themselves to a powerful story. That trustful, that whole thing gave me such chills. I almost started crying. I think the judges were insane. I don't know if she's going to like win the whole thing.
No, definitely not.
You know who I don't love? But I love
who have we not talked about?
Well, there is someone from the 90s.
I know, Danielle.
What do you think?
She lost me.
Yep.
She comes off not likable.
Wait. Okay. I didn't know if I was just being a hater.
You are. You are.
I think I have too strong of opinions sometimes.
No, you are. But I also felt the same way. I think she's also too much in her head.
Yes. And she's getting very competitive.
She seems like mean girl up there.
That was my note.
I feel cold energy coming off of her.
Mean Girl, her song like matched the energy I was feeling from her.
I was not feeling it.
You know, did you see that clip that went viral that was just like a second of
when she was giving Whitney a little shit?
Which like we don't really know. And I think
but I deduced.
Yeah. And I think I can't get that out of my head, but also she doesn't give me likability vibes.
No, I am with you. My top 3 are Robert, Whitney, and Jordan right now. I think Robert, Whitney, and but I would also, if I had to switch out Jordan, it could be Dylan because I think Dylan has a big fan base too.
Yes. Yep.
We'll have to see. But that's you did a great. Hold on. We may need some. You're also really funny.
This is what it's so funny because like in the context, it's funny because like all these people have massive followings, but when you compare them to the others, like Alex Earl, doesn't stand out for me. Topanga doesn't give anything. I think everyone's jealous. I think the girls are jealous of Whitney, but Jordan can take Whitney on, but Whitney's the star.
I think it's going to come down to Whitney and Robert. I would be shocked if it didn't.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I will be very shocked. Okay. I was like, we could talk about Kim Kardashian. I don't know if that's super interesting.
Yeah. We do have Regretting You.
Oh, let's just do that really quickly.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll switch around the name of the show. So Regretting You. So Colleen Hoover has this new movie that's out this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is did you read it?
Oh, I read it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I read it, but I have no memory of what it was about.
Yeah. So of the actual movie?
Of the book. Like I kind of don't remember the synopsis.
Oh, did I read the book? Oh, I thought you meant the article. Trashing it. No, I did not read the book. I
used to love Colleen Hoover. Like before all of this, I was a Colleen Hoover fan.
Sure. Yeah, I read It Ends With Us. I read It Starts With Us. I am very interested in Verity because I'm an Anne Hathaway fan. I don't care. Come for me. But
no, and now I like her.
Yeah, she came back. She came back strong, baby.
I am with you. So Colleen Hoover just got lucky. She got every single one of her books basically got turned into a movie, like bam, 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 bam. And It Ends With Us, of course, was at the top of the craze. And obviously, as you guys know, that took the cake in terms of like, making a huge amount of money. Yeah. And people really liked it, shockingly, with all this drama attached, even though, but People like the movie. But Regretting You is out this weekend, and it stars Allison Williams and McKenna Grace, and who else?
Mhm. And Dave Franco.
Oh, I have issues.
Ooh.
Well, it's just because he's related to James.
Like, that's your issue, is that he's related to
Is it
James
Dave Franco? It doesn't say his name on the top.
Franco. Right after
Oh,
Allison
at the
Williams.
top. I'm looking at the byline. I'm like, I don't see it. Oh my God, Mason Thames. Okay, that's crazy. I used to literally audition him. So, Regretting You
Oh,
review. It says
weird.
Allison Williams and Dave Franco star in the movie that could end the Colleen Hoover adaptation craze.
Mm,
That's one headline. I also sent you a text earlier with another headline that said, hold on, let me find it. Now I can't find what did the one I sent you say?
like, if you it's kinda like, wow, that's a really strong headline, actually.
Yeah,
If
what
you
did it
wanna
it was on DM. I can't remember what it
Oh,
said.
it was on DM? Okay, it says I think it's Deadline. It says, "Regretting You review, Allison Williams and Dave Franco star" oh, this is Variety.
Okay, let me find it really fast.
Romance that's no, it ends with us. I have so
Yeah.
many thoughts on this.
Yeah, they're not it's not doing well at all.
Not
And
doing
so here it is. Allison Williams and Dave Franco star in a Colleen Hoover soap opera meets young adult romance that's no, it ends with us.
Mm,
So these movies are not doing well in terms of their reviews. I think in terms of Regretting You, Rotten Tomatoes, which is like a really good way to kind of just see overall it's a like a rating.
I think it's 17%.
So it right now has 23% out of 100, and
Wow.
that is actually a really, really negative review.
Oh, yeah.
Um, Usually a positive review is like 60 plus. So
Mhm.
obviously it's not doing well. Um,
Oh, Ruth Ann says the book is so good.
I'm sure. Actually don't think that her books are that bad. I like her books.
Yeah.
But the whole thing has just really given me a bad, obviously, a
Bad
bad
taste in your mouth.
taste in my mouth. Yeah.
So smart. I feel like Colleen Hoover's deal I wonder if her deal for all the other movies came directly after It Ends With Us or if it came, in that process. Regardless, I've heard
She
like
could have had like a deal, like a development deal for 4 or
yeah,
5 movies.
yeah, she probably did have a development deal, and I wonder if she got more money than films like this anticipated, or opposite, where she got a good chunk and then obviously, some on the back end. I don't know.
I don't
Um,
know.
but did you watch the trailer?
I watched it like a long time ago.
Okay. So a lot of reviewers are saying that this was too split of an audience. They're trying to promote it as an adult film and then also YA. And I think people like us were like, "Oh, cool, Dave Frank." Well, Donna doesn't love a good Dave Franco. I want to hear those stories. But you go into it being like, "Oh, is this going to be like It Ends With Us?" But actually, it's more focused on the kids. So it split its audience when it was marketing. When you watch the trailer, I'm like, I have no interest, zero interest.
So it's
And
actually about the teenagers.
yes,
So that's an issue.
yes, because it's boring. I don't know. I'm not into like, I mean,
Young kids.
yeah, it's,
And they're
and
like they're going around really showing us Allison Williams doing all the press, but it's really not like
yeah,
Allison Williams is probably not even the main star.
no, I think they're actually secondary characters, her and Dave Franco. But
Interesting.
Dave Franco does have kind of a sassy vibe to me. Allison Williams has always given me stale energy, like the show Girls. I never got that warm and fuzzy feeling from Allison Williams, but I wanna hear your
I'm
thoughts
with
on
you.
Dave Franco.
Well, I just always find him a little bit sus just because of his brother, but I don't know. I also think that, he and Allison Brie, who I've known Allison since
Mm,
2007. I mean, I've
yeah,
known her for years and years and years, and I actually don't have any issues with her except for the fact that she and her and Dave allegedly stole their new movie together from other people. Like they stole their script. So it's actually kind of sad.
really?
But I will say that Colleen Hoover, it's interesting. It's just like her reign as this incredible writer that does these screen adaptations may be over,
Mhm.
and then her next movie, which is Reminders of Him, which is the next one that's
Oh.
coming out, was supposed to come out on February 5th, and it
Mm.
just got pushed to March 13th, which is actually, like, pretty much right when the trial is gonna happen. I don't know why that happened,
Oh,
but
weird.
it did get pushed 1 month, which is never a good sign.
No.
So,
No.
that is kind of interesting too.
I mean, it's more proof again of, Blake's claim of, "Oh, I lost all this stuff. I'm under such distress." It's like, I mean, your movie grossed 370 million and you got a 10% on the gross. So, how much distress are you in really?
No, she's probably fine, but you know what? She did cause a lot of distress to Colleen Hoover. There's
Yeah.
no question. I
Oh
guarantee you
god.
Colleen Hoover's career has dramatically been damaged by Blake Lively.
You think?
I think so.
Wow.
I mean, how many of us
Yeah.
see Colleen Hoover in a negative light because of this story?
Yeah.
I do.
Ugh. I always try to play devil's advocate because I'm like, what? People are like, no, she could have stood up for Justin Baldoni, but I'm always like, I just know Hollywood. If you don't stand for the woman immediately,
Yeah, I
like
mean, I think she was probably fooled into
she
thinking
was
that Justin was
forced.
a horrid person, but I also believe in real friendships. And
Yeah.
I'm like a really big fan of standing up for your friends and getting the truth. And if you
Ooh,
actually call your person and say what was the truth and what really happened, then you would find out before you just immediately believe someone and their
God.
story.
That's so true because she was friends with Justin for 5 years, and clearly this movie put her on the map.
Yeah.
God, that's like the ultimate betrayal. I forgot about that they were
Yeah, she should
friends
have
for
just
5 years.
she should have had a conversation with Justin and been like, "What happened? I'm never gonna leave your side and believe this girl just based on her stories." And
Mhm.
but it sounds to me like she believed Blake, or maybe there is truth. That's the whole thing that everyone's thought. Well, there is truth because she did believe Blake this whole time. And the more months that are passing, we're like, "But where's the truth?" There's no truth.
Yeah.
So it does seem like, how can we support Colleen?
God, I
You
wish.
know, I saw this great reel. I've been
Mm.
following this amazing guy. This is so random, but his name is Daniel. He's an author. His name is Daniel Chidiak. And this
Mm.
is such a rant. I'm going to leave you guys at the end of the show now with like a really good self motivational, self help moment.
Ooh,
Okay.
we love a good self-help moment.
This is how I'm gonna leave you. Because this has helped me in the last 24 hours. This guy, his name is Daniel Chidiak, and he just wrote a book called Stop Letting Everything Affect You.
Mm.
And I already downloaded it on what's it called? On
Audible?
Audible. Thank
Mhm.
you. Because he also has a really great accent, and I really like hearing his voice speaking about everything.
Mm.
But he talks about all kinds of different things that, you can learn about yourself and also other people. But he says one thing that's really, really interesting. And hold on. And I want um maybe it's this one. Hold on. Um gosh, is it this one? Let me see.
Dangerous person to be with is someone who doesn't want to love you, but also
No, no, no.
Ooh, I do like what is that Australian accent?
Yeah, I don't know. He's amazing. Hold on, hold on. Maybe it's this one.
avoid people who are close to people who dislike you.
There you go.
They are dangerous. If they're comfortable being around people who dislike you, they're not on your side. That's not neutral, it's fake. Real friends don't stay close to people who dislike you. Keep your distance. That kind of energy is bad news. Avoid people.
Ooh.
And I was like, when I saw that, it's very interesting.
Wow.
Justin
Mhm.
trusted Colleen, and Blake turned her and the world against him. And
Wow.
how could he trust her after that?
Yeah.
So I hate to bring up Jeff Lewis, Jeff Lewis from
Yes.
the radio show.
Mhm.
Because he's also shady and he has his stuff too. But one
Mhm.
thing he always used to say when I used to listen to his show was like,
Mhm.
"I don't fuck with people who fuck with people that I don't fuck with." It's something
Ooh.
like I won't fuck with people that are friends with people that don't fuck with me. You know what I mean? Like
Mm, mhm.
it's just a good way to look in life.
Yeah.
You have to choose. Like if someone
Mm.
chooses your enemy, then how can they be your friend?
Yeah, I think also like living in a time where let your yeses be yes and your no's be no's. Are you gonna stand for something or are you just gonna like try to appease everyone? And
Yeah, don't be Sheena.
Ooh, who's she?
Sheena from Vanderpump Rules.
Oh.
She tried to be everyone's friend, and at the end of the
Yes.
day, no one had her back because she was literally she tried to
Mm,
be everyone's friend, and now she has no one on her side.
yes. God, that's so true. And I feel like even just like in the online space, like I don't know about you, but I always feel like, oh, I don't want to offend. Like I have so many friends of all different, views and whatever. And you try so hard not to offend anything that you become dull. You know? It's stop being lukewarm.
There you go,
Figure out what you stand for and don't apologize for it.
Kristen.
Mm.
Okay, Ashley, where can people find you, honey?
This was so much fun. I feel like I could talk to you forever.
I'm obsessed with you. Your energy is exactly what I needed today.
Good. I'm glad.
Where can people find you here on YouTube,
yes.
Instagram, everywhere?
Find me on YouTube, Ashley BTV. What up? Instagram. They won't let me change my name because they verified me when I was a news person. It's Ashley Bornanson. But everywhere else, TikTok, YouTube, Ashley BTV. We'll keep it real. Sometimes
Keep it
we'll be
real.
controversial.
I love you. I appreciate you being here.
Too.
Thanks for being good energy in my life. And I'll talk to you soon. I adore you.
Sounds great, Donna. This
Bye,
was so much fun.
You guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all your support.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.